Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
G'day all, welcome back to Dad vs Son and our playthrough of Enemy Action Kharkov, the two-player game using Stuka Joe's card-driven system. And we're about to wrap up the first turn. So we're back to the Soviets. They have 3 cards left. The Germans have 1 card left. Okay, so the Soviets have First Guards Army, where they can bring out their reserve, activate all units, there's a whole 2 of them, or activate any 1 unit, and they have artillery as a combat tactic. We have Mobile Group Popov, which we did last time, so that's out, and they have NKVD. Or we have 6th Army, which has no reserves. We can activate all units, and they have the reinforced battle tactic. So it's going to come down to First Guards and 6th Army. So First Guards, we could bring out their reserve and chuck him in here or here. And that's not really going to achieve a great deal. Or we could activate them to attack into here, and that'll give us 6, and use our reinforce by using some of these Popov units then to try and take out Slavyansk. And I think that might be the best idea. If we do 6th Army, there's not a great deal. Well, in fact, 6th Army might be best for this one, because the Germans have 2nd SS Panzer Corps, and they can come down here and have a go at trying to knock this bloke out. And I don't really want to have that to happen. Whereas if I advance these up in a blocking action, 1, 2, 1, 2, that way if they want to come down here, I've still got artillery, and 1, 2, that's going to sort of help us a bit there. So we're going to do 6th Army. So there we are. Activate all units in the 6th Army. And I'm going to bring, what have I got here? I've got 7 there, and I've got 9 there. So it's much of a muchness. Okay, so I'm going to bring this unit here forward. 1, 2, 2 here. This unit's going to come forward 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. This unit will come forward 1, 2, along with this one, 1, 2. That gives me 8 in there, and 1, 2 gives me 8 in there. So they can't get through to this guy. So we still, this is only 4 here as well, but we can see what we do. So that's 6th Army done, out of the way. And we're over to the Germans, who have 2nd SS. They have no reserves. They can activate all units. So what's the best bet for them to do? Now they've got a total of 18. Now I don't want to isolate their units, but we could try a bit of a pushback, or we can take up defensive positions. That's the thing. We've got 4 here. We could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and that'll allow us to bring 18 to 4. It'd be a 4 to 1 against these guys. which isn't bad. And they're still going to be fairly heavy. The trouble is that's going to open up everything straight through to here. And I don't like that idea. I think the Germans need to play it relatively safe until turn 4, when they get a whole swag of reserves in. So I think we need to start setting up our boundary on the other side of the Donets. So I'm going to bring this guy back. 1, 2, in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gets him into there. This guy's going to come back 1, 2, 3, 4, just to help to cover off this area. He's in the forest then. This guy here can come back 1, 2, 3, 4, and that way he's in a town. And this bloke can come back 1, 2, 3 to here. Now again, that leaves an opening through here, but he's in rough ground, town, and woods. And I think that's pretty well done for them. So that's what I'm going with. Okay, so the Germans now have, I'll get rid of that. Second is, this was their last. First Guards and Popov. Now, Popov is only 2 stacks. So I have a stack here and I have a stack here. Or First Guards with, and I don't have reinforced battle anymore. So First Guards I could do and bring out their reserve. So that's what I'm going to do. Deploy all First Guards Army reserves. So he's going to come on here like that. And that is done. And then the last one is Mobile Groove Popov. And for that, deploy their reserves. They have none. Activate 2 units or activate 1 unit. So let's have a look here. Activate 2 stacks, sorry. Righto. So I could activate this stack here. I've got 4 there. That would be 6, 11. They've got 8 there. And I've got this guy here. So I'm going to activate this stack first. And this is going to come forward to here. Like that. Then I'm going to activate he's going to come forward to here. This guy's going to come forward to here. And this guy's going to come forward to here. That's 3 units with 5 and 2 units with 6, like that. And that's got that there. We've got the line across here, and we are done. So that's that. So at the moment we hold 3 VPs. We've taken out 3 German units. We have 1 reserve left for 40th Army. over there on the Russian right flank, the black and orange one, or black and tannish one. We've taken some losses, but we haven't had any units eliminated yet. So let's go through the end of turn. Check for victory or defeat. Nah, nothing. Remove all shits in the cup. None. They're all ready to go. Remove all disposed. We have this unit that's dispersed, so that comes off. That's the only one that's dispersed, I believe. Yeah. Reveal ground conditions for 6 to 12. No, advance the GT marker on the calendar. Righto, game turn marker goes to turn 2. Okay. We have the reserve phase. So take units from the calendar's current GT space and place them in the nation's reserve boxes. And the only ones we have are 2 for 40th and 1 for First Guards. So they're going into my reserves box. So I now have 3 units for 40th and another infantry for First Guards. So this is February 4 to 6. Our fixed artillery barrage now is out to 3 hexes past this line. We start German supply this turn, and we start strategic movement as well. Righto, so we've done the reserve phase. We'll do the card preparation phase. So we'll do the reinforcement cards. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Germans. And they have 4 supplemental and 4 in the hand. So they'll just have their 6 primary cards and the 4 supplementals that they just got in. So that's 8 cards for them. Again, we shuffle them up, lay them out, 1 for A, 1 for B, 1 for D, 1 for E, and the rest on C, and turn over the C card. And then shuffle up the remaining available supplemental cards. And that's done. For the Ruskies, they'll have their 6 primary cards. They get 1, 2, 3 new supplementary cards. And they have 6 supplementals, so they'll get 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And then we get rid of the other supplementals that get shuffled back in. Hang on. Yep. Make sure we don't lose any of these. No. Shuffle up the Ruski cards. And 1 in A, B, D, E, the rest in C with C turned over. Supply phase. Supply status of all German units. Okay. So all of these German units can trace a supply back to the bottom of the map. That's no hassle. This guy can trace supply back, and so can these. This guy has to go through a zone of control, so he is out of supply. Like that. These guys are in supply. They can trace back along this road and back and out. This guy's the same. These guys can all trace supply back as well, so that's no hassle for them. And it's only German supply. Okay, so that is that. So we're all set up for the next part. So the next turn. So we're on to turn 2. Let's play a round or two and see how we go. So Ruskies are up for the start of the turn. We roll their die. They get an A, B, C. C is already over in his 6th Army. We get Popov and 40th Army. So Popov will allow us to deploy their reserves, there are none, activate all units, and that gives us air power. We have 40th Army, which is deploy their reserves, and they have 3. Activate all units, and that gives us artillery. And 6th Army, no reserves, activate 2 stacks, which we have, and that gives us fixed artillery. Okay, so we can't do Popov, so it's going to come down to 6th Army or 40th Army. Now, 6th could move forward, and 4, 8, and 8, 16. And these guys get 3, 7. That's only 2 to 1. Or we could simply bring them forward to stop these blokes coming forward to do anything else. Or I can bring out the 40th Army reserves for the first turn. And that might actually be my best bet. So I've got 3 reserve units here for 40th. And they're at least 1, 2, 3 away from that unit, and 3 away from there. Now, at least 3 away from a non-isolated enemy unit within 2 hexes of the unit from the same army. Okay. So, what do we got there? That's a whole 6 steps in there, so we can't put them in there. But we can be 2 away if we're on a map edge. This is Soviet map edge, which can trace supply back. So that's okay. 2, 4, 6. We can place them all there. If I look properly, within 2 hexes of a unit in the same army, at least 3 hexes away from a non-isolated enemy unit, town or city, 2 hexes away if placed in a map edge hex. And that's where we are, 2 away from there. We have 40th all done. That's it. And there we go. Right, Hermann the German will roll up, and he gets event if he can do it. He only has 1 card showing, which is this card, and the events are for turns 3 onwards and 4, so he can't do that, so he has to use this card no matter what. He's got deploy reserves. He has no reserves. activate all units in this core, and he does have them, or activate one unit. Okay, so he could, again, like we said, he's got 4, 8, 11. He could come in here, but that's only going to be a 2-to-1. He could bring some units into beef this guy up. Or he can start to set up another line. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to take these 3 here. Now what do I want to do? I could go. I don't want to lose this. So I'm just going to bring them all back there to start with. No, because then they can get surrounded. Let's put this bloke here. He's in rough. So that's 1, 2, 3 into there. Into broken, I should say. We take this guy here and go here into broken, and take this guy here and put him in there. Now, the only way they can attack in here now at the moment is a 1 hex attack, which is not going to be all that much fun for them. So that's going to force them to have to try and break through around this way. At the moment we have a fairly strong holding force here, very weak here, but that was the best they could do. So that is that. Righto. So we're back to Soviets, and they get C, D, E, which opens up all their cards for view. So A again was Popov for everything, 6th Army for B. We've just got 1st Guards Army for C. We have the whole Vorontsy front for D, and we have 69th Army units for E. So I think this time, first up, we're going to go with 69th only allows me to do 2 stacks. So that's not much good. 6th Army will allow me to move forward, but that's not going to achieve much. 1st Guards would allow me to reinforce that unit and start to attack this guy. So that would come forward into there. Rough or broken is 1, and across the river the Donets is +1, so that would be 2 into there. That's fine, and that would give me 6, plus this guy is 8, and he's 3. And do I have a reinforce? I don't, but my Vorontsy front is any tactic. Activate 1 army plus stacked Vorontsy fronts. And that's over here. So I could do 3rd tank and stacked units, which would give me the whole of the 40th and the 69th. Those 2 units in the 69th. Activate 1 front army plus stacked Vorontsy front units. And I think that's the way to go. So we're going to do that. So we're going to activate the 3rd tank. Like that. That was, sorry. Didn't change that over last time. Okay, so what do we want to do with these? And I think what we want to do is we want to take out this guy and get up ready to Maybe try and punch through here. Okay, this guy can go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can come up there, and he's a 3-step unit. This guy can go 7. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. This guy can go 4. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy will go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4, 8, 11. We'll take this unit forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives 16 to 2. That's an 8 to 1. This one here will go 1, 2, 3. That just gives us infantry and armour. It's a 2. It's a 1. This bloke can come forward with them. So that gives me a little combat group. What's in here? He's a 5. They're going to stay there, which allows this bloke to move. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Ah, sorry, he's only 4. 4 to there. Okay. Then we've got 40th, who are stacked and can move. And I think what these two are going to do is go 1, 2, 3. Oh, they can't do that, sorry. 1, 2 to there. And these guys will go 1, 2 to here. And they can attack into here. I'm going to do this attack first. So there's 4 in there. And we have 4, 8, 10, 14, 18 to 4 is 4 to 1. Okay, dices. We have 4 to 1. And we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 draws. Okay. And I am going to use fixed artillery to pop him as well, because he's within range of the fixed artillery, which gives me another draw, making 8. And that will do. And the Germans have no visible cards, so they can't do anything. Okay, so we have to draw 3 chits to start with. Okay, let me try and sit down and get out of your bloody way. Okay, the first is greater than or equal to 9 to 1, no. Less than 4 to 1, no. Second one, city, town, no. Clear, no. Nothing happening there. And the last one we have to draw is greater than or equal to 5 to 1, no. Less than 3 to 1. So none of those were any good whatsoever. So we're going to draw the other 5. Here we go. Number 1. 6 to 1 or better, no. 4 to 1, yes. Number 2, woods, yes. And that just wiped that out. The priority is dispersed or unsupplied, no. Number 3, only attacker armor, no. Only defender armor, no. That's 6. Number 7, German air power, Soviet air power. No. That's 7 done. Last one. Only attacker armor? No. Only defender armor? No. Absolutely nothing. My God. Up 1, down 1. Rightio. So that one goes away now for the fixed artillery. And we can come over here now. So we have 4, 8, and 8 is 16 to 2 is 8 to 1. And we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chit draws. And that will do, I think. And we need to draw 1 to start with. Okay, and it is greater than 1.5 to 1. Yes. Less than 5.5. Okay. We're going to draw. I'm going to draw all of them simply because I want to be able to get rid of that 1 attack if I can. Okay, so number 2. Dispersed, unsupplied, no. Defender adjacent, no. Number 3. NKVD, no. Greater than 3 to 1, shit. Number 4. Greater than 4 to 1, yes. So he's going to be destroyed, but yeah, I'm going to take some hits as well. Number 5. Dispersed or unsupplied, no. Defender adjacent, no. Number 6, greater than 4 to 1, that's the priority, so that's it. And number 7, defender dispersed, unsupplied, and not supported, no. Defender adjacent, no. So he's going to take 4 hits and we're going to take 2 hits. Okay. Righto. Let's get rid of that. So he's going to take 4 hits. His first one, he's got to move away, and everywhere he goes is into a zone of control, so he is gone. And we have to take 2 hits out of a 3 unit or a tanky to start with. So I'm going to take it out of this tanky to start with, and then I'm going to take it out of this unit to start with. Oh, Jesus. So we have infantry there and mechanized. So this guy is going to go 1, 2. This guy's going to pull back here, and this guy's going to come forward. Like that. And that can go back on there. And that one is finished. And that becomes D. That becomes E. Like that. And we're up to the Germans, who can now get C. And it is 3 corps. That's the only one they have. Deploy reserves, they have none. Activate all units in 3 corps. Activate 1 unit. That's all they've got. Okay, so we've got this guy, these guys, this guy. So what I'm going to do is if I pull back into here, that's 2. Plus 1 is 3, 4, and into there. 5. And do that. Then I'm going to put an improved position on this guy and an improved position on this guy. Like that. And that is it for them. So that was third done. And they have no visible cards again. And that's 34 minutes, and it's back to the Soviets again, so I think we'll call it quits there. So we've knocked out a unit. We've got this big hole here, which is great. We've got these units ready to do some damage in here. Pulling this bloke out of here and into here makes it easier to get through here, but it makes it a damn sight harder to take this out, which is, I think, more important. So I think that was quite worthwhile. This bloke's at least got a bit of a chance now for a little bit. These guys are relatively safe. These guys are good. We still have this hole here to fill that these blokes can go rushing through. And cut these guys off from supply. So that's going to be the thing. This guy is going to be stuffed. He's going to be looking, he's out of supply. He's going to become isolated. So if I activate 69th at all, I might just surround him, keep him isolated and let him die on the vine sort of thing. So that's where we stand at the moment. We didn't make a great deal of difference, but we've pushed most of their good units beyond the Donets, except for sort of this guy here. And I think that's important to start with. Now I want to try and get rid of these, come up through Belgorod and make them pull back from here into Kharkov sort of thing. But that'll still let me come up and around, maybe get up as far as Sumy and stuff like that. But I've also got to worry about when we get to turn 5 for the Soviet support line. So that's where we stand. Again, thanks very much for coming along for the ride. Hope it hasn't been too painful, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.